Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast. This past weekend, NASCAR went to Bristol in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and Kyle Larson winning once again in the 42 DC Solar Camaro for Chip Ganassi Racing. Pretty dominant win, I would say, by Kyle Larson.
Yeah, he's always real good at any track he goes to, but I believe Bristol is kind of a, if you're good at dirt tracking, you run that high groove, and I think it just fits right in his wheelhouse.
So, to begin this race, we had, well, first of all, Elliott Sadler gave an awesome command to everyone, supporting the troops and the fans, so that was pretty nice.
Yeah, that was a really good command for to start the engines, and it was really good at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let him do that, and he just announced he's going to call his retirement.
Yeah, and he will be next week after Corey LaJoie. We'll be talking about him on why fans love their driver. So if you are a fan of Elliott Sadler, leave a comment down below, and we'll talk about you in that video. We're not going to talk to you. That's not how those work. But beginning of this race, we had Kyle Busch on the pole, Christopher Bell in second. And Kyle Busch would just be Kyle Busch and get a huge lead.
Yeah, he's always good here at Bristol, and I mean he knows how to get around this place, and he just took off.
By lap 50, only 18 cars on the lead lap. We had the Lap Traffic podcast making it very difficult to pass.
Yeah, they're just always in the way, right?
Yeah. Larson was beating on Bell's bumper, trying to get him out of the way. Really difficult to pass in Bristol, especially when you got all these lap traffic everywhere. It's like, just can't pick your preferred line. The fat guy's always in it, so you're just going to have to get lucky somehow or move him out of the way. And that's what Bristol's all about. And Kyle Busch would have a 4.5 second lead on second place. By lap 56, he only had 12 cars on the lead lap, so it looked like Kyle Busch
is going to run away with it for sure.
But Kyle Busch would lap all the way up to himself. The reason why I say that is he put himself in the wall because of one little mistake.
Yeah, because you're right up on the edge anyway, and once you cross over that cushion right next to the wall, you're going to get into it. Unfortunately, it did cut his tire, and the caution does come out.
And it's amazing to me that little bit of damage destroyed that car.
Yeah, wow, it was just real not good to see the leading car getting taken out by itself. So
yeah, normally at Bristol, the leading car gets taken out by the car that's right behind them, but that time it was just all driver error or mechanical issues. I'm not too sure about that, but
yeah, he said something about the rubber on the track. Once you get past it, it gets real slick, and it just pushes you up to the wall.
So unfortunate for him, but for us, it was kind of amusing after the race because of that GIF wave that he started. Like, I think every person on Twitter was using it, including myself multiple times.
Yeah, and plus, Kyle, I don't think he really wanted to go to the care center anyway, because anytime you're in a wreck, you got to go to the care center to get checked out. And like he was fussing with the official.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's all about. Didn't have a microphone, so we don't know what was said.
He's like, what? I ain't going that way.
I'm fine. I tell you, I'm fine. But, you know, anyone would be really frustrated if you're leading a race like that and get taken out.
Yeah, especially having a dominant car like that. So.
Cole Custer would lead on the restart. We're like, who is going to win now? Well, the other Kyle was out there, and he would pass him very quickly and would have the 19 of Jones in the wall. Hemrick would get some damage from him. No caution. Larson would go on to win the stage. Second place would have the 3 of Ty Dillon. Chase Elliott in third. Fourth is Joey Logano, and fifth is Cole Custer.
Yeah, I ain't sure why there wasn't no caution come out when Jones and Hemrick got together. I know they continued on, but you hate to see him or get any kind of damage like that.
Yeah, we move on to stage 2. Kyle Larson would lead on the restart. Logano's in second. Then a couple laps later would have the 76 of Spencer Boyd and 01 of Vinnie Miller. They would make some sort of contact there. Justin Allgaier would shoot through the middle to claim P2 on that restart after that contact.
Yeah. Allgaier's real good on these restarts. I mean, he's just like he has a go button and just shoots out in front of everybody. Yeah, so always watch out for him on the restarts.
And it looked like the 21 Daniel Hemrick got into someone else more damage to cause some tire smoke, tire rub there, but they didn't seem too concerned about it.
Yeah, couldn't really tell if he ran into somebody, but it was like got pushed in a little further. He went into turns and started smoking a little bit. So, I ain't sure why they come in and just try to fix the car and make it a little better. Not get so out of tire rub.
Yeah, because even if it wasn't that much of an issue, they're still suffering some aero damage from it. So I'm not sure why they didn't want to try to get that fixed to where they could run down maybe the leaders, but just didn't seem too concerned about it. But then, as it's not an Xfinity race if the 60 car is not cursed. Because it seems like every week there's some sort of mechanical issue. Something happens to the 60 car. Unfortunately, it happened to Chase Briscoe this week. He would get loose, run into the 4 of Chastain a little bit, and they need to somehow reverse the spell. Get the monkey off their back. Somehow, for the 60 car, it's just very odd how it has some sort of issues every week, no matter who's in it.
Yeah, some with the setup of the car, I ain't sure. It's just always wrecking their week. But like he caught the inside wall, and that kind of destroyed his day. It was on the 6-minute repair clock, and they ran out of time.
Yeah, they just couldn't fix it up, and their day is done. Kyle Larson continues to lead with the 20 car on his bumper, and I think this battle was very iconic. Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, anytime that they all battle together, it's just an amazing battle, and happened again.
Yeah, I believe the 20 car, Christopher Bell, I think it's one that really can run with the Cup guys.
The 01, Vinnie Miller, around again, spun himself in front of the leaders on lap 161. Could have been terrible for Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. I
think he was trying a little harder to not go another lap down. Yeah, he's like, oh, God, no. And then here's leaders. Whoops. But, yeah, that would have been unfortunate if Kyle Larson or Christopher Bell would have got caught up in it.
Which, Bristol, this seems like it's a common theme for the leaders to be taken out. We've seen all throughout history, and it wouldn't have been nothing different as we saw last spring, where it took out the Penske car of Ryan Blaney while he was leading.
Yeah.
So
it's always tough at Bristol. I mean, you either passing somebody or getting past, or you going through traffic. I mean, it's real busy at Bristol.
So Kyle Larson will lead on the restart. Allgaier would go for the lead, but just can't make it. Larson wins the stage. Allgaier second. Chase still running in third. He is very consistent in that third position. Ryan Truex in fourth, and the 1 of Elliott Sadler in fifth.
Yeah, I wonder if Chase Elliott got that car. Is his good stuff cheap? You know, he's got ollies on there. So.
He got some good stuff, and it was definitely cheap. Stage 3 would then commence. We'd have Elliott Sadler. He would stay out. He pitted on the last caution, so he would be the leader. We had Christopher Bell directly behind him. On that restart, we'd have the 0-0 of Cole Custer. He had brushed the wall a little bit, trying to be an artist. The number 1 would also scrape the wall, so we got some white some little bit of red and some blue on the wall. So it's a masterpiece.
Yeah. I mean, it's a black wall. It's trying to put some color on the wall, I guess.
Be more colorful, Bristol. Come on. Yeah, and 20 would eventually get around Elliott Sadler. Sadler gave him a good run for it. On lap 87, Bell would finally get around him. Unfortunately, though, for last year's champion's brother, Ryan Truex, he would have to go to the pit lane, and that was because no power steering, and Bristol's not the place where you want that to happen.
Yeah, these cars ain't good with no power steering at all. They just wear you out in Bristol.
Yeah, the way the car is set up, you just don't want to even mention it. Don't even think about it. Just if it happens, go into pits. You're not going to win anyway, because that's just brutal. Kyle Larson would catch the 20 with 97 to go, because again, lap traffic, he would go to the lead, but Christopher Bell would not let him get away. They was right there, right with each other. An awesome battle of the century. Cole Custer was almost going a lap down until the battle would remain to a halt after the 40 of Chad Fincham. He would go around, hit the wall, 41 to go. So that would kind of put a damper on this battle, because Bell would lose a few positions. He'd be on the inside line in the second row, and it just wasn't a good place to restart.
Yeah, it looked like the number 90 car would scrape the wall or something, and Chad Fincham didn't want to run into him, so he kind of locked it down and lost it and hit the wall.
Yeah, these cars, you can't make a big jerk to the wheel. You're just going to go.
Yeah, he had a car on the inside of him, so ain't much he could really do, and he was trying to lock it down. So
there's nothing really he could have done, because if you turn the wheel not enough, you're going to crash into the guy in front of you. If you turn it too hard, you're just going to fly away, and that he did. And the 3 car on the next restart would have a tire go down.
No, that's 20. Oh, yeah, he comes with pits, that's right.
Yeah, took forever to get onto the pit road because
just so much traffic.
Couldn't get down there. It's
like trying to pull on the interstate. Can I go? Can I go? Can I go?
And took him a few laps to get around, but eventually he would. No caution would come of that. But the 23, Chase Elliott, would not be up to speed. Loose wheel with 3 to go, not what you want. He would catch a little bit of a break because Daniel Hemrick would go around before the white flag. Overtime would commence.
Yeah, he was complaining about a loose wheel also. I guess he's going to try to run it out, but they just didn't make it to the very end.
Would have a long yellow because Daniel Hemrick could not get into a stall.
He couldn't turn right. I mean,
for some reason, couldn't turn right, and took him forever. Had to push it out into the garage. And number 38 of Jeff Green would also stop on the track because he was steaming. For some reason, a lot of tempers flare, and sometimes it's the cars too. But
it's the car. I'm mad. I'm quit. I'm stopping right now.
I'm done. Get out. Kyle Larson would have a very easy win, even though he did have to battle Justin Allgaier. But that last lap, he just cruised it on to victory lane. No playoff points for the Xfinity Series regular Cup guys rule. And Kyle Larson would go to victory lane for like the 4th or 5th time this season in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, he's really burning up his Xfinity Series.
He'll be looking to win his first of the Cup Series this year at Bristol. He really hopes he beats Kyle Busch to do it, because he said that in his post-race interview multiple times.
Well, he might get his chance.
I think he's going to get a chance. I think it's going to be either one of those guys, unless they take each other out, which would be very interesting to see what happens. But our picks are, my pick this week was Cole Custer. He finished 4th place, and your pick was Christopher Bell, almost getting the job done. Just could not beat the Cup guy of Kyle Larson. Some honorable mentions. We have Ryan Sieg. He finished 11th. very good for that team. Ross Chastain would finish in 12th. That is honorable because he is 42 points above the cutoff as of right now. He is fairly safe. He just has to keep running some good races. I believe we have like 3 or 4 more races to go before the end of the season.
Yeah, it'd be good to see him at least get into playoffs. That maybe they can pick up their game once it starts.
Yeah, so the regular season's coming up very fast. It looks like, unless something happens to Ross Chastain a couple of times, I think he's going to be sitting pretty safe. But if we have like a upset winner here, we're going to Road America, something like that could happen.
Yeah, I believe Michael Annett is right behind him in the points, so anything can happen.
JRM's going to try to get all of the cars in the playoffs. We'll see. Michael Annett could pull some strategy, see if he could claim a win. Almost happened at Road America, I believe, last year. We also saw last year Jeremy Clements won that race.
Yeah.
So something could happen. I believe if it does, it's going to be here because not likely to have any Cup guys besides Cup guys of a few years ago. We have Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott is coming back to race. So that's going to be very interesting to see him.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Bill.
Okay, so enough of this. We're going to Road America, our last road course. Well, actually, our half road course coming up soon with the Roval. We had second to last, technically. Yeah. We have... I don't know if the Roval is considered a road course or if it's like half a road course. I don't know. But we have the Roval coming up.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting to see that race too.
So, Road America, who you picking?
Well, I know you come close at Watkins Glen, and I'm going to go with Daniel Hemrick again.
Well, I'm going to pick a guy going for his first win as well. Brandon Jones came close last year, spun around. Jeremy Clements won the race against him. I think he's going to bring that confidence again. Didn't have too good of a race the last one at Mid-Ohio, but I think he'll get some redemption here at Road America. Mm-hmm. So Road America will be next Sunday. Hope you all enjoyed the race, as there will be no Cup race next week. So a week off for the Cup guys. We'll get to watch some Xfinity road course racing and also some truck road course racing. So it's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yep.
So we'll see you then. Have a good week.